Welcome back to our channel. It is a beautiful and bright day to gather around and dive deep into the latest heart-pounding drama unfolding in Port Charles. I am so thrilled to have you here with me as we unpack the incredible twists and turns that our favorite characters are currently facing. Grab a warm cup of coffee, settle into your favorite chair, and let us get right into the thick of things, because the tension is absolutely off the charts right now. I have to tell you, watching Sonny walk into the cold, unforgiving visitor room at Pentonville to see Jen Sidwell completely took my breath away. There is always something so heavy and atmospheric about those prison scenes, especially when someone as powerful as Sonny steps into that environment. You can almost feel the chill in the air through the screen. Sidwell is locked up wearing that standard prison uniform, but the absolute arrogance radiating from him is just unbelievable. I sat there watching this dynamic unfold, completely mesmerized by the sheer nerve of a man who is supposed to be defeated but refuses to act like it. It is clear as day that Sidwell has absolutely no intention of accepting his current fate, and that stubborn refusal to back down is setting the stage for something massive. What truly made my jaw drop was the reason behind Sidwell wanting this face-to-face meeting. He actually had the audacity to ask Sonny if he could arrange a little mishap, a convenient accident that would somehow help him shorten his time behind bars or pave the way for an escape. I found myself nearly shouting at my television screen. The absolute gall of this man to ask the very person he has been at odds with to stick his neck out and orchestrate a prison break is mind-boggling. It shows just how manipulative and desperate Sidwell is. Yet he masks that desperation with a thick layer of smug entitlement. He honestly thought he could pull Sonny's strings and use him as a get-out-of-jail-free card. Of course, our Sonny did exactly what I hoped he would do. He shut that idea down flat. There was no hesitation, no entertaining the thought, just a cold, hard refusal. I loved seeing this side of Sonny. In the past, we might have seen him lose his temper or flip a table, but right now, he is operating on a completely different level. He made it abundantly clear that he has absolutely no intention of helping Sidwell escape the consequences of his own actions. Sonny looked at him not as a formidable rival, but as a nuisance, a man who played the game and lost. It was a powerful moment of restraint, showing how focused Sonny is on his own path right now, especially with his ongoing efforts to step away from the criminal underworld alongside Jason. But Sidwell, being the master manipulator that he is, did not even flinch at the rejection. Instead, he smoothly pivoted to bragging about his impending wealth. He started gloating about the massive fortune he is going to make from the upcoming auction of his assets. We already know that this auction is drawing the attention of heavy hitters like Valentine, Cassadine, and Drew Kane, not to mention Sonny himself. Sidwell used this to puff out his chest, acting as though he is still the smartest man in the room, pulling the strings of Port Charles elite from behind a pane of reinforced glass. It was deeply unsettling to watch because his confidence did not feel fake. It felt like he genuinely believes he is still in control of the board. Then came the psychological warfare, and this is where I felt a real pang of anxiety for Sonny. Sidwell leaned in and started questioning Sonny's current life choices. He openly doubted whether Sonny could actually live an honest, clean life while still pursuing his own complex plans and attending underground auctions. It was a direct hit to Sonny's insecurities. We all know how incredibly difficult it is for a man who has run a mob empire for decades to just walk away. Sidwell was poking the bear, trying to get under Sonny's skin by pointing out the hypocrisy of a mob boss trying to play the role of a legitimate businessman. It was a sharp, calculated insult designed to make Sonny doubt his own redemption arc. Despite the heavy emotional hits, Sonny maintained his composure beautifully. When he finally stood up to leave, he looked down at Sidwell with a mixture of pity and sheer dismissal. To Sonny, this conversation was over, and Sidwell was nothing more than a defeated man rotting away in a cell. Sonny's body language screamed that he was moving on to bigger and better things, leaving the garbage where it belongs. I felt a surge of pride watching Sonny hold his ground and refuse to be dragged down into the mud. He wants a better life for his family, for Michael, for little Rocco, and he is not going to let a caged animal ruin that vision. However, the moment Sonny turned his back, the atmosphere shifted in a way that gave me goosebumps. Sidwell made a chilling declaration, promising that this situation is far from over. He did not look like a man grasping at straws. He looked like a predator who knows exactly where his prey is going to step next. That unshakable confidence, that dark smirk on his face told me everything I needed to know. Sidwell has a secret plan, a hidden ace up his sleeve, and he is just waiting for the perfect moment to play it. He is not ready to surrender, and that makes him incredibly dangerous to everyone in Port Charles. My mind immediately raced to Curtis Ashford. We know that Curtis is currently suffering in Pentonville, isolated from Trina and Jordan, and the absolute worst part is that he is going to be sharing a cell with Sidwell. Knowing that Sidwell is actively looking for a way out and refusing to accept defeat makes me terrified for Curtis. What if Sidwell decides to use Curtis as a pawn? What if he threatens the people Curtis loves on the outside just to force him into helping with an escape plan? The proximity of these two men in such a volatile environment is a ticking time bomb, and Sidwell's arrogant desperation is the match that could set it all off. But the most shocking revelation of all, the piece of the puzzle that has me completely on edge, is the news that a brand new ally is going to emerge for Sidwell. This is not just a minor bump in the road. This is a massive, game-changing shockwave heading straight for Sonny. I cannot stop thinking about who this mysterious person could be and how they are going to tilt the scales of power. Just when Sonny thinks he has neutralized the threat and can focus on his family and his exit from the mob, this new player is going to step out of the shadows. It is the classic Port Charles way of pulling the rug out from under us just when we think we have everything figured out. This incoming ally is going to ignite a fresh, intense obsession for Sonny. You can just feel the danger escalating. Sonny is going to be forced to confront a brand new level of peril, and it is going to threaten all the progress he and Jason have made. I am so deeply invested in Sonny's journey toward peace, but my heart breaks knowing that the universe is not going to let him rest. This new danger is going to consume him, pulling him back into the very darkness he is trying so desperately to escape. The stakes have never felt higher, and the emotional toll this is going to take on him and his loved ones is going to be monumental. I am sitting here practically counting down the minutes until the next episode. The writing right now is so layered, so rich with history and emotional depth, that I find myself completely captivated by every single glance and unspoken word. The battle of wills between Sonny and Sidwell in that prison room was a masterclass in tension, but it was only the appetizer for the feast of drama that is about to be served. We are standing on the edge of a massive storm with new enemies rising, old grudges boiling over, and our beloved characters caught right in the middle of the lightning. I will be watching every single second, holding my breath, and I cannot wait to experience all of these incoming shocks right alongside all of you.